back in London again. I'm so chuffed to be here. So I've come to do a bit more street photography in London. It's a bright sunny day, so it's absolutely amazing today for really strong shadows and high contrast black and whites hopefully. So yeah, really excited to be here. I absolutely love London for street photography. It's just the best place in the world. I love it. So really excited to be here. So I've got my GoPro on top of my camera to show you some of the shots I get. You may know, if you watch my videos, I don't normally use this camera. I've actually got the Fujifilm X100f with me today. I've just picked up this camera not long ago. It's a camera, I used to have the X100s years ago, and I did really love the camera, but I found it a little bit slow focusing. But this one, I've been so excited to get this camera. I've been wanting it for a while now. So really pocketable, just goes inside my jacket, absolutely fantastic. So looking forward to using this. And obviously got the GoPro Hero 7 on the top there as well. So not long this morning, arrived in London. Got here very early actually. I went to meet another street photographer who does workshops in London. His name is Fearnley. If you've not heard of Fearnley and you like street photography, jump over to his Instagram. He's absolutely fantastic street photographer. Shoots really strong contrasty black and whites as well, and he also does workshops, as I say. So if you're interested in doing some street photography workshops, jump over to his Instagram, drop him a message, tell him I sent you. But yeah, he's a really good guy. So I met him this morning. Really good to put a face to a name. Really nice chap. So I'm going to head. I'm at the Barbican now. The Barbican is a college on the outskirts of London. I say the outskirts of the city centre, so not too far. So I'm hopefully it's a really I think today, because of the really strong light, I'll get some really nice contrasted black and whites, nice harsh shadows and stuff here. So I'm going to be really looking for strong simple elements, and obviously with people walking into the scene, trying to keep the photographs really simple. I know a lot of you sort of like that style of photography that I do, and I've had a few comments of people saying that perhaps street photography should involve a lot more in your face with the camera. It's not really my style, but I'll try, if I get an opportunity today, to get some sort of candid, up close and personal shots. If I see any interesting people doing interesting things, I'll have a go at that as well. So if I do that, I'll just lock the focus about 2 meters in front of the camera, f8, and then yeah, point and shoot. Not really my style, but we'll see what we get. And then yeah, I'm going to try and do a bit more colour photography as well today. So try not to look at everything as if it's a black and white photograph. Try and get a bit more colour. But definitely in the Barbican, that's definitely going to be a black and white photograph. So let's get inside and see what shots we get. Right, well, as this little girl is going to be very much a small part of the photograph, I don't mind shooting that as a shadow. Oh, that shadow. I love that. I wouldn't say I'm giving up on that image, but I really liked every element of the photograph. I just couldn't get it to balance compositionally. I really liked all the detail, all the shadows. I don't know whether it's because I couldn't get any isolation around the shadow of the person, but I'm going to wander around the other side now, see if I can get another shot. I've had a bit of a wander around the Barbican. It looks an absolutely fantastic place, especially on harsh, really strong sunlight like today. Look at that light there. I'm just going to wait for somebody, I think. So I'm going to work on a composition and see if I can get somebody like this lady that's coming up. Well, I really like this. Just waiting for somebody to walk into that area there. I've pre-focused in the middle on the back pillar, and the light is fantastic. There's a couple here and the lead's flat. So there at the bottom right hand third. I'm just using the lines in the ceiling. The lights are absolutely awesome. Literally opposite where we just stood, there's these lines on this background here, so I'm going to go to f4 point. I'm going to get f5, pre-focus on that, wait for somebody to, well, on their own. I just missed a guy in an amazing trench coat. It's just up there. Didn't quite get him. Didn't spot the shot in time, so I'm just going to wait for focus about on that white line, whatever that is, and then at f5, 250th of a second. I'm only doing very well with the timing here, but there's a girl coming down here with amazing hair, big bushy afro. So I'm going to pre-focus on the middle of the path. I've had to go down to f2.8 because it's dark as, but I want her to be in that white just before it gets to the red. Spotted this way up to a car park, I suppose it is, but the walkway underneath it, the shadows in here are absolutely insane. That light there is unbelievable. And the chances, again, it's just luck, but I mean, I could wait here for somebody to come around that corner. So I mean, it's very, very wide on the GoPro, but on the 23mm it's cropping about there. And then you've got this leading line coming down which balances the photograph perfectly. Really strong contrast top and bottom. This is probably worth waiting for. Might have just fluked that. I was not expecting that. Right, so there's a lady coming with her bags now, just there. I've pre-focused on that back wall at f11, so I just need to wait for her to get bang on the right hand side of that arrow, and it makes a nice silhouette. Right, so we're inside the Barbican now. This is kind of the courtyard area, and I've just met up with my mate Andrew, who lives, well, your office is like 2 minutes from here, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
And he's never been in the Barbican, so we're going to have a wander around and see what shadows. The sun's gone behind a cloud at the minute, so it's gone really quite soft, but every now and again it breaks out, so we just get a little bit, well, we get a break of contrast again, so we're just going to look for a composition. Hopefully we'll be able to see what the contrast will be like when the sun comes out, and then be ready and grab the shot. I really love this shot, but it's just not going to happen. How long should we wait? 30 more seconds? Oh, somebody's coming now. Don't think it's going to work. I really like what she's wearing though. Maybe it will. I really, really like this area. I'm just looking down. Just waiting for somebody to come, I think in that area there, and what I'll do is put the camera portrait and just sort of crop her. So I love this strong contrast here, separated by them, and have somebody hopefully there, maybe there with the shadow coming this way, but I think the shadow at the top of the frame would look better. So I'm just going to wait for somebody to come into that frame now. Right down corner, that might have done it. That one might have been better. So I've come to an area now which is going to force me out of my comfort zone quite considerably. The Barbican was absolutely fantastic, nice, simple, minimalistic, peaceful, just waiting around for a photograph to come. along. But this, I'm on the edge of Chinatown now, pretty much in the city centre, and I'm going to have a look at Chinatown and Soho and see if I can get, I don't know, it's probably a bit more chaotic, not my normal sort of photography, but yeah, a few of you mentioned that I need to get a bit more up close and personal with a few people. I've seen that one. I normally miss them.
Is she doing the shot?
So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get something clean and makes a bit of sense, but yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. I'm going to enjoy this. Right then, I'm not sure this is going to work, but I've set the camera at f8. I'm going to lock the exposure. I'm going to go about stop underexposed. I'm going to pre-focus at about 1.5 meters, 500th of a second, and I'm just going to walk around with the camera on my shoulder. If I see anything interesting close up, I'm going to grab a shot. It's a cracking little walkway just by the side of the Thames, this is. Pretty typical of one of my photographs actually, but I really do like it. What a day! Today has been absolutely brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. I adore street photography in London. It's just absolute paradise. It's brilliant. I thought I'd give myself a bit of a challenge today. Instead of looking for sort of the normal clean minimalistic shots that I normally go for, I thought I'd try and get out of my comfort zone and try and do a bit of candid, sort of pre-focused, looking for a bit more interaction from people. But I don't know. I don't know if I got any shots I particularly like, but I'll get used to it. I'll give it another few attempts and see how we get on. But I think I took some photographs. Looking at the back of the camera, I think I've got some really good images that I like straight, like my normal minimalistic, typical Gareth shots, I suppose. But yeah, it was fantastic to meet Mark Fearnley this morning. He's a fantastic street photographer, and I know him from his Instagram page. So I'll put a link to his Instagram down there, and if you're into street photography, jump over to his Instagram handle. He's an absolutely fantastic photographer. So yeah, he does workshops as well. So if you're in the London area, or if you want to come over and do a workshop with Mark, then yeah, jump over and send him a message. Really nice chap. So yeah, I've been really enjoying using the Fujifilm X100f. It's been a fantastic camera. I've got my, I've still got my Fujifilm X Pro 2, and I adore that camera. It's one of my favourite ever cameras. I adore it. But the primes made it a bit big to stick in your pocket. So I always wanted to replace the Fujifilm X100s I had years ago, and I really enjoyed the improvements on this because I know I can trust the raws. I know I love the black and whites. I know I love the colours, and it fits in my pocket. So I'm really pleased with the camera. And also, if you listen to the shutter on it. But you can't even hear it, can you? The shutter on this, the mechanical shutter is so quiet. I don't remember the old one being that quiet, but I can't believe you never need to use the electronic shutter. It's absolutely superb. So yeah, nice snappy focus. It's really good. I've really enjoyed using it. So as far as settings goes, I've tried to use between 5.6 and f8 as much as I possibly could. It's been a really bright sunny day today, so when possible, when the sun was out, I've been using about f8. Trying to get as much depth of field as possible, and I've been trying to use the focus at like 5 meters or 3 meters pre-focus, and just to see whether or not I need to sort of focus recompose, or whether or not I can just leave the camera at f8 at, say, like focus at 3 meters and see how reliable the shots were. I think I missed one, which I'm quite upset about. It looks alright on the back of the camera, but it's not tack sharp, so I think if I'd have pre-focused like I normally would have done, I think I would have got it a bit better. But yeah, it was a bit of a challenge. Good to experiment. It's zone focusing, I believe it's called. So you'd focus at 3 or 4 meters in front of you at f8, and then that's it. You don't need to change anything. And what this camera does, which I don't think the X100s did, is when you switch it off, I think when you turn it back on again, I'm pretty sure that where you'd left the focusing actually reset. It actually stays on this one, so if I leave it focused at 3 meters, switch the camera off, when I switch it back on again, it stays at 3 meters. I'm pretty sure the old one didn't do that, so that's a really good improvement. Really happy with the camera, I love it. So yeah, I think I've got some good images. Looking at the back of the camera earlier, I spotted a fair few that I really like, so I'm looking forward to get back and editing them. So yeah, let me know in the comment which image you think works best. I'll put some black and white and some colour ones up there as well. I was really trying to focus a lot more on, I've had the camera set to colour mode all day. I've literally not had it in black and white at all, so that's unusual. Normally I shoot the whole thing. All my street photography I normally shoot in black and white, obviously with RAW as well, so I've got the options to change. So what I'll do is I'll choose the colours or the black and whites later on, and I'll put them both up so you can see the difference and let me know what you think. But yeah, it's been fantastic. Yeah, really enjoyed using the camera. I might get the grip to go on the bottom of it, just because it give me something a bit more, because I've got massive hands, so just to give me something a bit more to hold on to. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the camera otherwise. I want to say a big thank you to all those who've used the hashtag #street_gat on your Instagram images. So many amazing images coming through. I'm struggling to go through them, but I'll put some of my favourite images up at the end of the video as well. So thank you so much for using that hashtag. That's awesome. Let me know what you think of the photographs. Leave a comment, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks so much, and take care.